Welcome back to the Xtreme One Chunk Varlamore edition. This is episode 3. Last episode, in episode 2, we got pickpocketing, finished it to 40 for guards. We got our best in slot iron dagger drop, and we rolled our new chunk. In this episode, we're going to go through that new chunk, complete the chunk, and roll our next chunk. Before we get into the actual episode, I appreciate everyone's time to watch these videos. However, I will do the speech that everyone does. Please do like, comment, subscribe. It looks like 80% of people that watched the last episode haven't been subbed to the channel. So if you want to see this content, if you want to see it continue and not get left behind, please do just subscribe, turn the bell on. That way you can see the next one as we upload. Anyways, enough of that. Let's get back into it. All right, there it is. We just hit 40 cooking. So I was curious our burn rates just because I was looking at this and we did pretty good on this one, I feel like. There is one nice thing that we're going to hit at 53 cooking. We will have a 100% chance to cook the sweet corn. So on the tail end of our grind, we'll be hitting 100%, which is actually going to speed up the grind quite a bit. Even right here where we burnt 6, that's a quarter of your inventory almost. So that's, I mean, you got to assume that is going to hurt, right? Every 4 inventory is almost a little bit worse. 1 every 4.2 inventories or something like that is useless. It's completely wasted, gone, and doesn't help you. So once we can get rid of that and we get every single corn to help us, we're going to be looking really good. Also, the XP rates here are kind of trash, and I think the real reason, because it's 104 XP drops every time you cook, which is actually really good. But the problem is this walk is long, especially when you run out of energy. This is a long walk for banking, but I need to keep this food. This food's just too good. All right, I missed it a while ago, but 41 cooking. Maybe someday I'll get this right and actually see the prompt, but 42 cooking? Magical number. The answer to the universe and everything. Hey, look at this. I did it right. 43 cooking. All right, so I'm not the most efficient at this, I don't think, but I've got it going at least decently quick. I think we're averaging somewhere in around 37, 38k XP per hour with this method. This is pretty good, actually. We need a total 225,000 XP for 58 cooking. So we're at 53 now. That puts us about 4.5 hours or so. It's pretty nice that this is only about a 4.5 hour grind. I thought it was actually going to be much worse, but I think sweet corn just being at 100 per cook is actually just really good. It's going to help us long term. This might be our best cooking method for actually quite a while. But without further ado, about 43.5. I'll see you guys in the next level. And there it is, 44 cooking. All right, there we go, 45 cooking. And 46 cooking. So 2 things I think worth noting. 1, full inventory cooked. That's a very, very good sign. We're getting closer and closer to that 53 100% cook rate. Second is, as you just saw there, I had seeds from picking up these sweet corn. I'm actually going to start dropping them because I can get them from the master farmer anyways, and I'm going to have to pickpocket him a bunch. I'm probably going to end up doing that for probably most of the grind to at least 50 for the house robberies. But yeah, I'm gonna drop that 1 corn seed that I pretty much get every single inventory, just so that I can get an extra sweet corn. That's 1 out of 27. Or sorry, 1 out of 28 inventory back, so we'll take that over the long run. Every 27, or every 27 inventories, we get a free inventory, essentially, so that's definitely worth it. Of course, when I just talk about getting seeds every inventory, this is the first inventory since this grind started that I haven't gotten a seed. There it is, 47 cooking, 48 cooking. All right, let's see what we get here. Tooth half of key, that does nothing for us. That is... We're so far away from using that. 49 cooking. And the even level of 50. 51 cooking. That's 52 cooking. Alright, there it is. Probably the best level we could have gotten right now. The #1 milestone we were waiting for. That is no longer burning any of this corn. Listen, Jagex. Don't try to tell me what to do, okay? If I want to take a break, I'll take a break. I enjoy sweet corn, okay? I'm not taking a break. Gosh, dang it. There we go. 54 cooking, which means we can now brew Chef's Delight, though I don't think that'll ever happen. Alright, this is editing Schpune. We did a couple of things on mobile. I'm just going to throw the pictures up super quick. Ready, go. 55 cooking, lamp agility. 56 cooking, 57 cooking, pirate, gold necklace. Alright, we should have everything here to get to 58 and cook the pita. We'll first cook the sweet corn for 58, and then we'll see if we burn all these or not. There it is, first try. Chunk complete. We will double check and then get to the roll. For those of you that don't know, that was a bit of a meme. You can't physically burn pita bread without doing extra things. Pita bread you learn at 58 and you stop burning them at 37, I think it was. So you can't physically burn pita bread. Alright, so we're going to take a look at the chunk picker. We'll check these one at a time. So number one, we get what looks like a shortcut, potentially a dungeon, I don't know. Sword shop anvil. Sword shop should have Addy if I had to guess. So that would be a very good chunk. Number two, I think actually at this point is a free chunk. It has farming, which we've set parameters where farming is not really going to gate anything, but we'll continue to just make progress because we're going to need herbs and everything. But now that we have 58 cooking, we don't have to do the churn milk into cheese or anything. So I don't think 2 is actually anything unless there's something in this farm that I don't know of necessarily. Number 3, Hunter Guild. I think you have to be 46 or something to even get into it. So I don't think that's actually going to be anything. We do have this Quetzal, which I don't know what it does. It might allow us to travel to other ones. Like I think this one down here is also one. So that might allow us to actually unlock a couple other chunks just to help us advance in, I guess, all of Varlamore. But if it gets us just to outside, like to back to Varrock, for example, I won't end up using that because we're going to stay in this area for a bit. Number 4 has a level 57 hunter area, and that mine has 6 iron in it. I don't know if there's anything else in that chunk, but that's what I can see from here. Then we go to 5. 5 again has another Quetzal. It has a general store, what looks like more corn, onions, and wheat, so that doesn't help us. But there is an altar, and an altar would be fantastic. And then lastly is 6, which is that monster one. At least has 75 thieving. Who knows what else, but it also has 2 food shops, so that could unlock some better food for us. But I think that covers most of it. What would I prefer? Again, I still want 1. I want to get some kind of upgrade utility-wise, so weapons or whatever that shop sells. My second favorite is probably number 2, just because it's probably a freebie and it could start working our way this way. Again, I want to try to avoid the Coliseum as much as absolutely possible. And then after that, I think my only hope is not 6, just because of getting us closer to the Coliseum. Nothing to do with the grind or anything. But yeah, without further ado, let's roll it. We've got the Hunters Guild. We will check it out, see if there's anything I could do. I don't think I could do anything. And then I'll do a little bit of research too on the Quetzal before we get there. And see if it's a free chunk, if we can roll again or not. Alright, so we unlocked its chunk. I walked through it. We can't do anything here until we have 46 Hunter. There's a quest to start. Need 46 Hunter. Some construction, I think like 30 herb lore as well. So we can't do the quest. The only thing we actually have here is 2 things. One, we have an iron knife spawn and a bucket of water spawn. And then on top of that, there's a bank chest. The bank chest we can use. It's over here in the back corner. You can't talk to the actual banker itself, but you can use the, what's it called? I guess there's also a needle here. I didn't actually notice that until just now, but we have a needle now. We also have thread from the first chunk, so we could do some kind of training with that if we ever need to. But yeah, there's nothing in this chunk. It is essentially a freebie. Hunter training down south, but we can't do any of that yet. So we'll get back to the chunk picker and roll again. Alright, so let's take a look at the 2 new ones, just because we just rolled. So that would be 6 and 7 here. 6, there's Jerboa's hunting method, which I think is 39 Hunter. That doesn't help us off the bat. I don't see anything else in that chunk that would really help us. And then we get down here to this number 7. There's a fishing shop and a cooking area and another Quetzal area, but the fishing shop would be nice just to have, I guess, later on, but these 3 fishing spots are shark and lobster. I don't have anything to get to lobster before I can even use these. So it does mean that we'll have to backlog fishing sharks, which is 76 fishing, and also cooking the shark, which is 80 cooking. So we do have those backlogged now. If we, well, not now, but if we rolled that chunk, we would have that backlogged. Other than that, though, it seems like it's a decent chunk, and really having sharks early on in a chunk locked account is kind of good, because then you just always have food, and a good food, a really good food for like late game food essentially. So I'm not too opposed to 7, to be honest, but I won't go and rehash all these other ones we just did, but I prefer 1. Least favorite is 5. Let's just there it is. All right, that was not ideal. I am not over the moon about this. We do need to go back to thieving. We're going to be thieving for a while to get to 75. Let's explore the chunk and see what else we have. Hopefully we have some other grinds. It does have a bright side. We have an altar. We've got food shops. Let's take a look at those. General store is always nice. Yeah, let's open-minded and see what we can get. 75 thieving is going to take a while. I'm less worried about that than I am about we're 1 chunk in between us and the Coliseum. Really not excited about that. Let's go take a look. Alright, so I'm going back through and editing. I never changed the chunk picker map back to Ruleset when we started the exploration of this new chunk. So this general store is pretty much the only thing I think I missed. It has a knife in it, so that is good, I guess, and a chisel. Knife and a chisel, that's pretty much all it is. I mean, it's a general store. It's got general store stuff in it. That's about it. But back to the exploration. Okay, so we do have the Sunbeam Ale spawn here, which is right here on this table. Let's see what the barkeep has. Okay, he's got beer, cider. Oh boy. Meat pies and stews, cup of tea. Eclipse wine. So we've got a couple things here. That's, I guess, not horrible. Let's check upstairs. Jug of wine on the floor. Ooh, okay. We've got an iron axe spawn. Okay, that's really good. Now we can get wood cutting. Okay, so we know we need at least 15 wood cutting for oak trees. We know we need, let's check, whatever the highest oak is going to be. Oak shield. So we'll need at least 27 fletching. That's pretty good. We also have a way to at least make arrow shafts and fletch them with the feathers from our 1 chicken spawn, which is here. So we can almost make arrows. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. I'll take it. So we got wood cutting and thieving so far. Let's see what else we got. So this is the food shop. Oh my goodness. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. Right off the bat, I see pineapples. Pineapples is great for making compost. So when we unlock this chunk that has a farming patch, we can make compost very easily. Aside from that, we have tomatoes, which might be used for some high-end cooking. Alright, so I did quite a bit of searching. I think this is the highest we could do, which is tuna and sweet corn topping. We obviously already have cooked sweet corn. They sell raw tuna. We'll have to buy the tuna, cook it, and then combine the two, and that'll be it. The only reason we can't make, go back here. The only reason we can't make the baked potato with tuna is because of butter. We actually don't have a way to get butter. The only way would be this dairy cow. At least, unless, like, for some odd reason, like if this shop sells it, or if this spice shop sells butter for some reason, then we'd have to do that. But I think for right now, only thing we could do, like the highest thing we could do, is actually this tuna and sweet corn topping. So we will have at least 9 levels of cooking to do, on top of the 15 levels of wood cutting and 27 levels of fletching. Oh, also we'll need fire making as well. Wood cutting is going to be way higher than what it needs, but so we at least have 5 skills here. We've got thieving, cooking, fire making, wood cutting, and fletching all to do so far. We'll see what else we find as we go. Also, we're dangerously close to this summer pie. The only thing gating us is a watermelon and a strawberry. So I guess worth noting now that we have cooking apples. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. Anyways, we'll keep looking, see what else we got. Alright, so here's all the wealthy citizens we were talking about. If I try to pickpocket one, for example, 50 thieving, this is where we'll get the keys to go into the other houses. Alright, so we're at the altar. Let's just check and make sure this altar works. It does. So we do have the ability to get full prayer, which is nice. We'll go down to these crypts, see what's down here. I don't see anything immediately. Can I get in here? Gate is secured, locked. Okay, I don't know what's in here. Just so everyone is aware, typically how we do underground, if we unlock a way to get into it, we unlock all of it, as well as any external chunks can be rolled. So for example, if let's just go in here and I'll make some assumptions, but we'll make the assessment here. So if I can get into here, let's just say I could go down this water somehow, well then I can roll these chunks, whatever these ones are, which is this tunnel, I guess. So then we'd be able to roll those. And then, you know, let's say we magically had a way to get over here, we'd also be able to roll this. But we don't, and this doesn't look like it's anything, but I will do some research just to see what that crypt's all about in a little bit. But for now, let's just keep checking out these houses and see what else we can find. I assume this is going to be a house robbery store, or a house robbery house rather. I've just organized. Yeah, I don't see anything here. Okay, that's the outskirts. So I guess we'll check the inside. We'll start upstairs, I guess. Okay, I don't see anything upstairs on any corner, so that's going to be good. Okay, so we have a gem stall with a gem trader. Okay, they only sell cuts. That kind of stinks. I was hoping they'd sell uncut. We do still have this 75 thieving grind that we'll have to do. Let's see what else we got. We got a fur stall here. Sells jaguar, gray wolf, and bear fur. I'll have to look into these and see if these do anything for us. Okay, so it looks like gray wolf fur and bear fur can both be used to make a wooden cat with a plank. We don't have a way to get planks yet that I can see, so that's just going to be crafting level gated. However, the jaguar fur is even more daunting. It unlocks a mixed hide cape. In order to make that, you need jaguar fur, thread, and a mixed hide base, which you could buy from the fur shop in the Hunters Guild. So since we already have the Hunters Guild unlocked, once we can actually use anything there, we have the hunter level for it, we will need 68 crafting at a minimum to use this fur. Let's see what else we got. Okay, so we've got needle thread, which we already had, but we also have silk here. We also had thread silk before. Can we talk to him? Let's go grab one real quick and just see if we can sell him like we can in Arty. Okay, so it looks like we can't talk and do the dialogue like we could in Arty, though it does sell for 15 if we need coins for some reason. I guess that's the way to do it. Seems a little inefficient though. Looks like we just have a baker stall here, so that's just cakes, chocolate cakes, and we could steal that, but I don't think we will. And then lastly, we have a spice stall here, which gives us garlic, spice, and a knife, which none of that actually helps us with anything, I think. So I think we've pretty much got this chunk completely understood. We will have to look at, I don't think anything actually has any different drop tables. I think it's just all guards. I haven't seen anything different than just the normal guards, like a paladin or anything like that. Oh, I guess there's one, we did miss one thing here. That's the estate agent. Let's see what, okay, so we could buy a house in Remington for 1,000. I don't have the coins. Let's see what the relocate looks like. Okay, I can't actually do that until I buy it. Let's go to the bank super quick, grab our money, 1,000 coins, and then we'll buy a house and see what it costs to relocate. Tasks aren't only gated by levels and skilling. For example, if we can relocate our house, which I don't think we will, we probably need a high enough construction level, but if we can relocate our house and let's say it's 100,000 coins, then that will be also a chunk task to get the 100,000. So I'm actually going to grab all of it because we're going to buy some of the miscellaneous stuff anyways, like a knife, those types of things while we're out. I'll see you guys back at the housing agent. Alright, so let's buy the house. Cool, we've got the house construction guide. Let's just take a look at this relocate. Okay, so it actually isn't here at all, which makes sense because there's no housing teleport portal, but it is worth noting, if we have, this is my thought process forever, if we have a way to get to and fro, we will unlock the the transportation method. So for example, if we unlock the charter ship, right, we'll unlock any other port because we can get to and from those 2 chunks indefinitely. So what that means for us is if I get housing teleports, for example, and some other way to get back here, then we will completely unlock the ability to go to our house and do things like construction. As of now, it'll all just be backlogged as something we will eventually unlock and get the access to, but that's kind of how we'll treat it moving forward. Alright guys, so we've gone through the chunk, we understand what's here, and now let's get into the tasks that we have. We'll start in the top left. We've got a 67 cooking grind. That's for the sweet corn and tuna topper, which is actually used for baked potatoes. That's going to be 9 levels. It shouldn't be too bad. We may end up still doing sweet corn. I'm not sure yet. We will have to look at what the rates I can get on like things like tuna or swordfish probably, and see what we can get there. Second one is fire making, wood cutting. Both of those are level 15 just for oak logs. Very easy. Those will be done extremely quickly. 43 crafting. This one's going to take a while. We'll go into more depth what this one really entails, but the reason we need it is because we can get uncut diamonds while thieving the gem stall, so we need to cut them. Speaking of gem stall, that is 75 thieving, so we'll need to get that so we can thieve the gem stall. And then the last one is 65 fletching, so that we can take that cut diamond and turn it into bolt tips. Without further ado, let's break down some of these and see what they look like. Alright, now we know our chunk tasks. Let's break them down. First one we'll do is the easier of the 2 large ones, which is 65 fletching. I estimate that this is going to take about 17,881 oak longbows. In order to even get to that point, we'll then have to do some normal longbows as well as some arrow shafts. These are the estimated values. None of these are really that important other than the oak longbows. It's going to be a lot of oak longbows. It's going to take quite a while, but that's kind of what the grind's looking like. And now let's go look at the crafting. Okay, this one might take a while. Buckle up. So the first thing we need to do is 43 crafting. How do we get to 43 crafting? The easiest way to get to 43 crafting is by sapphires. Cutting sapphires at level 20 crafting. We can get those sapphires from the gem stall, so that's not too bad. I think it's somewhere around 1,000 sapphires to get to the level of diamond, which is 43 crafting. That's not too bad. When you go to the next step, which is how do we get to level 20 crafting? Well, there's only one way, and that is the bone statutes from house robberies. We need 894 of them at 5 XP each to go from level 1 crafting to level 20 crafting. That doesn't seem too bad until you start to really break it down. I've been getting it at about 28% of keys are turning into a bone statute. That means we need roughly 3,137 house keys to get to that 894 bone statutes number. What does that mean? How do we get to the 3,000 house keys? Well, we need to pickpocket them from wealthy citizens. This is going to take at the rate, this is not over the rate or less than the rate, but at the rate of 1 in 17, 53,329 pickpockets on the wealthy citizens. That doesn't seem horrible, but it still stinks. Let's look into the XP. What does this mean by XP? Where are we going to be at thieving at the end of this? Well, I average per house key, I've been getting 4,939 XP each. For the 3,137 house keys total, that puts you at just under 15.5 million XP. And then just the pickpockets alone to get the house keys, which is the 53,329, that puts us at about 4.1 million XP. Totaling that together, we will be in this chunk doing house robberies until our thieving XP is somewhere in the ballpark of 20,600,000. This is going to be a while. I don't know how much XP I'm going to get a day. I only get a couple hours to play. Got a full-time job. But we will be here until this is done through this path. Alright, well now we know the grind. Now we know how long we're going to be here. No better place than to record the last cutscene than sitting here in the bazaar where we will spend many, many hours thieving keys to use in the house robbery. I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch these videos. It's mind-blowing how many people are watching these. I really greatly appreciate it. Without anything else to do, let's start grinding. See you guys in the next episode. See ya.